It's been over 2 months now since Star Rail came out, so it's still relatively new, but I think the honeymoon phase kind of wore off. So what do I think about Star Rail? And why does my opinion matter? My opinion does not matter, but what I think about Star Rail is that it's a good game, and you should listen why, because you already clicked on the video, so yeah, please stay. And also subscribe, or not subscribe. But anyway, what I think about the game, I think the game is good. It's not great. I mean, there's a couple flaws like Gotcha is a huge one. And also like multiple item selection. For example, when you're trying to select multiple items or like maybe artifacts to salvage or something like that, you can't drag like in Genshin. And I know like they're completely different games, but they're made by the same company, so like at least give us the same quality of life features, right? I tried to click and hold and it doesn't go. I have to keep on pressing one at a time, which is really annoying. It's really annoying. But I'm going off topic. Why do I think it's a good game? Well, the 1.2 live stream just ended and then the trailer also came out. I watched the trailer and it looked pretty good. Number one, we have Blade. He's hot. And then we have Kafka. She's also hot. And well, just those two will make the whole update worth it. It just makes it good. No argument about that. You can't argue. If you argue and you say you don't like Blade or Kafka, you're wrong. You may be entitled to your own opinion, and I should respect that, but you are wrong. You are wrong. Besides that, I also think the update shows a promising future for Star Rail. First of all, more levels to Simulated Universe, which is always good because I think Simulated Universe is an actually good feature of the game. There's like so many different ways you can play it, like different paths, and then use different characters. And it's like, it's a no pressure thing. You don't really have to get to the end to get all the rewards. If you want to farm artifacts and let's say you can't beat the boss, but you want to do the higher difficulty levels, you can just defeat the first elite enemy, which is pretty achievable. And then you just repeat that over and over again, and you can get those artifacts. It's the same artifacts, except if you defeat the boss, you can just do it twice, but like it's not a requirement. And you still get the weekly points for just attempting it. You don't have to go through the whole thing to get your points. You can fail and defeat like, let's say, only one elite enemy or two elite enemies. You'll still get points progressing towards the weekly point goal, which I think is nice because it's like no pressure. You can do whatever you want. You can play however you want, and it's repeatable. So I think it's good. And adding more levels keeps it fresh, and more artifacts keeps it also an incentive to grind and play it and have the gotcha element and excitement of getting a good artifact or the disappointment of getting a terrible artifact, which we will most likely be the latter. Also, I think the new boss looks cool for reasons I will not state, but she looks cool. But besides the 1.2 update, which I think looks cool because we also get 10 free pulls, which is more generous than a certain sibling game, but they're completely different games, so I'll refrain from speaking about that for now. Besides that, let's talk about the game in general. Star Rail as a turn-based game is, I think, pretty casual. I believe it's a really good casual game where you can just play in the background. You press auto battle, do your farming, do some dailies, which are really fast to complete, and then you're all good. I mean, it's a good side game to play. Maybe not a good main game because main games you want to look for more interactivity, kind of like Genshin, but like Genshin isn't really a good main game either because you run out of stuff to do. But like at least it's more interactive where you have to actually input commands all the time. But Star Rail, since it's an auto battle game, right, turn-based auto battle, it's a really nice, chill, relaxing game. It's also a pretty good story when we have story, and if you don't rush through it all, just play it in the background, do some farming, and then do my dailies. And if there's an event to do, I do the event. You know, it's pretty quick because you can also auto battle that if you need auto battling. And exploration isn't like the worst. I mean, there's some exploration, but it's kind of a linear path, so you can find most of the chests just looking around by yourself. It's not really too hard to find, though I haven't found all the chests yet because I don't want to. And also there's some good quality of life changes over, I guess, other Hoyoverse games, Genshin in particular, because that's really the other Hoyoverse game I've played. It has some good quality of life changes, like the party selection screen. That thing goes up immediately, unlike Genshin where you have to wait 10 million hours to load for some reason. Yeah, also, I mean, different games, so like the farming material experience in Star Rail is pretty easy. You just auto battle and you can do it 6 times for resources, talent resources, leveling up resources, and artifacts. You can also auto battle, so you have to interact with it all the time. Whereas in Genshin, again, completely different games, but if you play Genshin, you can appreciate the easiness of Star Rail's farming system because of auto battle. But in Genshin, you have to like go through the domain all the time. You have to pay attention, sort of, unless you have like this system. But in Star Rail, you just press auto battle, leave it on the second monitor, and then, I don't know, watch a video or do something else while you're farming relics and get disappointed by what you got. But that's what I appreciate about Star Rail. It's just really easy to farm materials or farm for relics. Besides that, I think Star Rail is heading in a good direction, especially with the 1.2 content that we've seen. New characters are also bangers. Really excited for them, and hopefully Star Rail can keep this up. I mean, I don't see them messing up anything so far. Knock on wood. Hopefully you get lucky in Star Rail when Blade and Kafka comes out, because my goodness, you're gonna need luck. Because if you're like me, I'm gonna pull for both of them. Well, maybe not Blade, but definitely for Kafka. I'll probably pull for Blade too, because I have no self-control. Yeah, okay, bye-bye.